At a regular meeting of the Board of Trustees of the Village of Fredonia, duly called and held on the 29th day of May, 2012, at 7:36 p.m. in the Trustees Room, 2nd floor, Village Hall, Fredonia, New York, and public notice of the time and place of this meeting has been given to the news media and conspicuously posted in one or more designated public locations in accordance with Section 104 of the Open Meetings Law.
Whereas members of this board present at the meeting have read the official minutes of the Board of Trustees regular meeting of May 14th, 2012. Now therefore be resolved that the board approves the minutes as in an official minutes, and be it further resolved that the meeting of the minutes be dispensed with.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Reports.
The village clerk's bid opening reports of May 16, 2012 for metered fuel, water meters, liquid chlorine, polycatatonic polymer, polyaluminum chloride, and polyorthophosphate, as well as ferric chloride, are all available in the clerk's office.
Okay, correspondence.
Correspondence was received from Todd Langworthy, History Days Chairman, on behalf of Festivals Fredonia, requesting the use of Barker Common on Friday, July 20, and Saturday, July 21st for the Fredonia History Days.
Be resolved the request from Todd Langworthy, Fredonia History Days Chairperson, on behalf of the Festivals Fredonia to hold the Fredonia History Days Festival is hereby approved for the use of Barker Commons as follows. Use of both sides of Barker Common, including gazebo with access to power, closed Church Street from Park Place to Day Street, bag meters from all parking spaces around both sides of Barker Common, Friday, July 20th, 2012 until 11 p.m. Bag meters for parking spaces on Main Street along West Barker Common on Saturday, July 21st. Place trash receptacle barrels throughout Barker Common. Permission for periodic firing of blanks displayed by Cushing's Battery. Be it further resolved that the above use of Barker Common and streets closing are subject to the direction of the Fredonia Police Department and Department of Public Works, and be it further resolved that the Fredonia Fire Department and Fredonia Police Department are notified above closing, and be it further resolved that a resolution is subject to receipt by the village of a certificate of insurance for the Fredonia Festivals of Festivals Fredonia Committee showing the village of Fredonia as an additional insured in the amount of at least $1 million, which has been received.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Correspondence was received from Michael A. Duino notifying the village that Rocco's will be renewing their on-premise liquor license for premises located at 44 Orchard Street in the village. Final correspondence is a letter of resignation was received from James Leone as motor equipment operator with the village of Fredonia, resigning his position effective June 30th, 2012 for the purpose of retirement.
Be it resolved the resignation of James Leone, a motor equipment operator with the village of Fredonia, is hereby accepted effective June 30th, 2012 for the purpose of retirement, and the mayor is hereby authorized to write a letter to Mr. Leone thanking him for his 32 years of service to the village of Fredonia.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed. Congratulations, Jim. Public portion. Now is the time that anyone that would like to address the board has the right to address the board. Please give your name and address and limit your comments till 3 minutes. Yes, sir.
Yes, my name is Gus Pokovic. I live at 140 Porter Avenue. I have Gus's Hots. We've been at the farmer's market since 2010 every Saturday. I went out and did everything. I jumped through all the hoops, the $1 million insurance policy, the New York State tax, county health permits. I'm a member of the chamber also. I've invested 2.5 years of advertising that I'm at the market, come down to the market every Saturday. We purchase all our vegetables at the market. For the bruschetta is all made at the brick room. They get all their tomatoes from there. The hot peppers come from Roberto Fred's and Finans. Propane even comes from Mancuso's. You know, and I went out and I trademarked the Fredonia Hot to help promote the community so I could maybe start to package them in styrofoam and sell them across the country frozen because they're going over so big. I've been here for 40 years, and we live on a farm, raised a family here, work here, pay taxes here. I don't understand. I come up, the person that's running the Fredonia market, she could pick and choose and decide who could be at the market. I was the first one at the market. I don't care if there's 10 hot dog stands down there. it's good for business, creates competition, better products. That's what we need in Fredonia. You know, I mean, we need business. And I don't understand why I get such a hard time. I go down there, I jump through all the hoops, I'm at the market, and it's you know, just embarrassing to have somebody come up and yell at my 83-year-old mother right in the middle of everybody, throwing money around, saying, I'll buy all your hot dogs, just get out of here. You know, and that's not right, and that's not the way, it's not very professional for the community also. So I just, my concern is, and I've been, you know, threatened that I'll be arrested for trespass, and to me, it's just a disgrace. We need to promote Fredonia. I don't want to drag it through the mud, the newspaper articles and all that. It doesn't make sense.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address the board? Anyone else? Thank you very much. Closing public portion. Resolutions.
Be resolved that Terry DiMaggio, 9685 Farrow Road, Fredonia, is hereby reappointed to the Fredonia Parks Commission to serve a three-year term effective immediately.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be resolved that training request for E. Lawrence Barter to attend the Western Southern Tier Building Officials Educational Conference in Mayville, New York, September 10th through the 12th, 2012, is hereby approved at a cost not to exceed $250. This conference is sponsored by the Western Southern Tier Building Officials and will give Mr. Barter in service training hours required for his certification.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be resolved that upon the recommendation of Jack Schwartz, Director of Fredonia Poplar Recreation Department, the following individuals are hereby appointed to the seasonal positions for the 2011 Summer Recreation Program effective immediately. Deborah Lucas, Sandra Prezabella, Rebecca Pasquale, Brian Bongiovanni, Beth Gugino, Julie Arnold, Katie Prokoriak, Samantha Tobzik, Gerald Doach, Eric Camry Green, Vincent Conai, Michael Krauser, Milton Quandra, Elizabeth Zinni, Shane Rubenstein, Nicole Robbins, Angela McCoyak, Jocelyn Pickering.
That should
Returning
be-
members.
That should be 2012.
2012.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
And I didn't
Typo.
catch it myself. For the 2000 Summer Recreation Program effective immediately.
Second.
I won't go list.
Did you second? Mark?
Mhm.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be resolved that Chad Graves, Matthew Bone, Ariel Rivera are hereby hired as seasonal laborers to work the Department of Public Works at an hourly rate of pay $7.50 effective immediately, subject to civil service rules and regulations, no other benefits to be given.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be resolved that the attached schedule of budget transfers pursuant to Section 5-520 of the village law is hereby approved.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Whereas bids for ferric chloride for the wastewater treatment plant were publicly opened and read on May 16, 2012, and whereas Betsy Sly, Chief Operator of the wastewater treatment plant, has reviewed the bids and has recommended awarding the bid to Camira Water Solutions, 3211 Clinton Parkway Court, Suite 1, Lawrence, Kansas. Now therefore be it resolved that Camira Water Solutions is hereby awarded the bid for ferric chloride at a set price of $280 per dry ton delivered for the village fiscal year commencing June 1, 2012 and ending May 31st, 2013. Joe.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Whereas bids for synthetic flocculant for the wastewater treatment plant were publicly opened and read on May 16, 2012, and whereas Betsy Sly, Chief Operator of the wastewater treatment plant, has reviewed the bids and has recommended awarding the bid of SNF Polydine Incorporated, P.O. Box 279, Riceboro, Georgia. Now therefore be it resolved that SNF Polydine Incorporated is hereby awarded the bid for synthetic flocculant at $1.80 per pound for the village fiscal year commencing June 1, 2012 and ending May 31st, 2013.
Check. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be resolved that Tolman Engineering be retained for engineering services for the 3 engineering projects additional scope proposal for Spatchapoli sewer design as per their proposal dated May 9th, 2012 at a cost not to exceed $3,500. The mayor is hereby authorized to sign a letter of agreement to this effect on behalf of the Village of Fredonia. The contract to be subject to approval by the village attorney.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Passed.
Bids for the water meters for the public, Department of Public Works were publicly open and read on May 16, 2012. And whereas Jack Bolden, Supervisor of the Department of Public Works, has reviewed the bids and has recommended awarding the bid to TI Sales Incorporated. Now therefore be it resolved that TI Sales Incorporated, 36 Hudson Road, Sudbury, Massachusetts, is hereby awarded the bid for water meters for the village fiscal year commencing June 1, 2012 and ending May 31st, 2013 as per attached bid form. A copy which is attached and is made part of these minutes.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that the following bids, being the lowest bids submitted for the village fuel, is hereby accepted for the prices set forth below the village fiscal year commencing June 1, 2012 and ending May 31st, 2013. TPS Route 20 Silver Creek is hereby awarded the bid for unleaded gasoline with dealer markup of .0223 cents plus the current refinery rack price on date of delivery, and low sulfur diesel fuel which dealer markup of .0223 cents plus the current refinery rack price on the day of delivery, and all-weather diesel fuel with markup of .0223 plus the current refinery rack price of the day of delivery.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Whereas bids for liquid chlorine for the wastewater treatment plant and water filtration plant were publicly opened and read on May 16, 2012. And whereas Robert Lancaster, Chief Operator of the water filtration plant, has reviewed the bids and has recommended awarding the bid to JCI Jones Chemical Incorporated for the water filtration plant and Univar USA Inc. for the wastewater treatment plant. Now therefore be it resolved that JCI Jones Chemical is hereby awarded the bid for liquid chlorine for the village fiscal year commencing June 1st, 2012 and ending May 31st, 2013 at $40 for 150-pound cylinders plus $100 deposit per cylinder for the water filtration plant. And Univar USA Inc. is hereby awarded the bid for liquid chlorine for the village fiscal year commencing June 1st, 2012 and ending May 31st, 2013 at $438 for 2,000-pound cylinders with a deposit waived for the wastewater treatment plant.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that the code enforcement officer is hereby authorized to obtain a contract to mow the lawn of 201 Newton Street. Said property is overgrown grass or weeds in violation of village property maintenance code, and the cost be placed as a lien against the property in accordance with the code and collected in the same manner as unpaid village taxes. The estimate is $50 for the first mow and $25 for every additional mow, subject to discretion of John Monaco, the code enforcement officer.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that the code enforcement officer is hereby authorized to obtain a contract to mow the lawn at Clinton Street entrance to New York State Day Rehabilitation Center, owned by Main Street Fredonia Company, LLC. Said property is overgrown grass or weeds in violation of the village property maintenance code, and the cost can be placed as a lien against the property in accordance with the code and collected in the same manner as unpaid village taxes. The estimate is $50 for the first mow and $25 for every additional mow, subject to the discretion of John Monaco, code enforcement officer.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved, the code enforcement officer is hereby authorized to obtain a contract to mow the lawn at 28 University Street. Said property is overgrown grass or weeds in violation of the village property maintenance code, and the cost placed is lien against the property in accordance with the code and collected in the same manner as unpaid village taxes. The estimate is $40 for the first mow and $30 for every additional mow, subject to the discretion of John Monaco, code enforcement officer.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Passed.
Whereas bids for polyorthophosphate for the water filtration plant were publicly opened and read on May 16, 2012, and whereas Robert Lancaster, Chief Operator of the water filtration plant, has reviewed the bids and has recommended awarding the bid to Applied Specialties, Inc., Avalon Lake, Ohio. Now therefore be resolved that Applied Specialties, Inc. is hereby awarded the bid for polyorthophosphate for the village fiscal year commencing June 1st, 2012, ending May 31st, 2013, at the bid of, was it 93 cents and change per pound?
Mm-hmm. Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Whereas bids for polyaluminum chloride for the water filtration plant were publicly opened and read on May 16, 2012. And whereas Robert Lancaster, Chief Operator of the water filtration plant, has reviewed the bids and recommended awarding the bid to Applied Specialties, Inc., 33555 Pin Oak Parkway, Avon Lake, Ohio. Now therefore be resolved that the Applied Specialties, Inc. is hereby awarded the bid for polyaluminum chloride for the village fiscal year commencing June 1st, 2012, and ending May 31st, 2013, at the bid of 58 cents per pound.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Whereas bids for polycatonic polymer for the water filtration plant were publicly opened and read on May 16, 2012, and whereas Robert Lancaster, Chief Operator of the water filtration plant, has reviewed the bids and has recommended awarding the bid to Applied Specialties, Inc., 33555 Pin Oak Parkway, Avon Lake, Ohio. Now therefore it be resolved that the Applied Specialties, Inc. is hereby awarded the bid for polycatonic polymer for the village fiscal year commencing June 1st, 2012, and ending May 31st, 2013, at the bid price of 59 cents per pound.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved that the code enforcement officer is hereby authorized to obtain a contract to mow the lawn at 5 Woodward Drive. Said property is overrun grass or weeds in violation of village property maintenance code, and the cost of place is limited to property in accordance with the code and collected in the same manner as unpaid village taxes. The estimate is $50 for the first mow and $25 for every additional mow, subject to discretion of John Monaco, code enforcement officer.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Passed.
Whereas the village board desires to obtain engineering costs in connection with the wastewater treatment plant ESCO project, and whereas a draft request for proposals for such engineering services has been presented to this board. Now therefore it be resolved that the RFP is hereby approved and the village clerk is authorized to seek RFPs from engineering firms, and be it further resolved that the RFPs are returnable no later than June 26, 2012 at 11 a.m. in the village clerk's office, 911 Church Street, Fredonia, New York, at which time the RFPs will be publicly open and read aloud in Conference Room 1, Village Hall, first floor. The Board of Trustees reserves the right to reject any and all RFPs and to accept the RFP deemed most advantageous to the village of Fredonia. The RFP is for professional services, and the village is not bound to minimum bid requirements and qualifications, and experience will be considered by the board.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Passed.
Whereas there is a water main leak at the private water line in or along Route 83 in the town of Pomfret, and whereas 3 properties are served by the private water line, which is connected to the village of Fredonia water main in Route 60, and whereas the property served by the water main and the account numbers are as follows. Account number 1882 for premise located at 3728 Route 83, Pomfret, New York, 14063, Fredonia mailing. Account number 1883 for premises located at 3704 Route 83, Pomfret, New York, 14063, Fredonia mailing. Account number 1884 for premises located at 3733 Route 83, Pomfret, New York, 14063, Fredonia mailing. Now therefore be resolved in accordance with section 287-13 of the Code of the Village of Fredonia, the street superintendent of the Village of Fredonia is hereby authorized to send a 10-day written notice by certified mail or personal delivery ordering the property owners to repair the water main leak, or service will be discontinued to the above properties, and upon failing to repair the leak, the street superintendent is hereby authorized to disconnect the service line from the village water main.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Passed.
Be it resolved, the 20th Maine Civil War Fife and Drum Corps is hereby authorized to use Barker Common on the weekend of June 8, 2012 for ceremonies commemorating the sacrifices of men and women during the Civil War. Said activities shall be under the supervision of the Village Police Department.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? Passed. Is there anything else? Do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed? We are adjourned.